All right, so this is a CMF by Nothing Watch Pro. Okay, so in recent years, if you talk about Pro in smartphones, in smartwatches, you know that you're talking about the high end, the flagship thing. Not in the CMF watch by Nothing, which is the first smartwatch made by the Nothing company in 2023. It's not really an exceptional of the Pro, but of course, it has its own limitations. So they call it the Pro watch, of course, but recently when you talk about Pro, you are expecting some, some high-end Pro, the ultra quality that you have on the Apple Watch Ultra and stuff like that. So here you have your GPS tracker on this thing, your inbuilt GPS tracker on this thing, and then you have your activities, you have your heart rate, you have your weather, you have your sleep monitoring here, you have your activities, you have your GPS tracker, and you have loads of watch faces that you could change. So if you want to change that, you can just tap, hold it, and then slide, and then you're able to do your whole lot of customization. And the most important thing about this smartwatch when it comes to aesthetic is the design. The design is premium, it's like a competitor of the the Ultra and the Pro watches, of course. So you can as well customize your smartwatch. You can as well customize your smartwatch faces on this thing. You can change your watch faces like this, so you just drag it. So everything you need to do on this smartwatch is in the app. So if you get it for the first time, all you need to do is just download the app on your phone and then scan the QR code, and all of those things you do them on the app. So it has some of its limitation, of course. IPS68 rating, that means it's water resistant, of course, and then you have your inbuilt GPS tracker there. You can answer calls and as well make calls when you sync your contacts into the watch as well. One limitation I have about this smartwatch is you can get notifications like messages and on WhatsApp, on Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that, Instagram, but you can't reply back to them. So I was just wondering that, all right, so it just serves as just a notification. So for instance, I can receive WhatsApp messages on my smartwatch. I can read it, but I can't respond to it. The only thing I could do is I could just go ahead and just delete everything, and it wipes itself from the wristwatch, but it remains on my phone. Actually, you can't reply to messages on this thing, you can only receive. So for me, it's just like a notification. You just get notified, but you are not able to reply back to those messages. So that's one point for me as compared to all the ultra watches out there. Right, so for instance, look at the Google smart watches. For instance, you can reply messages, answer calls, and stuff like that. So that's one limitation I have for about this thing. Another thing is you can wear this on your wrist, of course, and then you can raise your hand up to wake it, and then if you want it to turn off or goes to sleep, you can just place your hand here and it goes off to sleep. So if you want to do that, just come here on the home screen. So this, you have your brightness levels up to 5 stages. So you just have to click and then the brightness changes. And then when it reaches the last stage and you click, it goes back to default. And that's all you do. So here is the hand raised to wake the watch. So you can turn this off, turn it on. So once this feature is on, all you need is put in your hand and then raise your hand. Wherever your hand is on motion, it can turn on and off at the same time. One way to wake the watch up, like in other smartwatches, for instance, I've used a couple of smartwatches, for instance, like the Amazfit Band 7, for instance, it's a kind of a tracker, but you can tap this on the Amazfit and some other smartwatches to wake it up. But here, unfortunately, you can't do that. So all you need to do is put in your wrist, then raise it up, and then another way is you can click here and then it turns on. So once this is off, you can just click here and it comes on again. So far so good about the wristwatch so far. And then you have this little metal here, and then the strap is silicone So this watch, it comes in three colors. You have the dark gray, you have the dark, and then you have the orange. So they're in three colors. So you can grab one on Amazon if you want. Talking about the color, I don't think it's really a big deal, because in most cases the colors of the watches these days, it doesn't matter if the watch is of a different color, but the colors these days comes in the strap. So you can grab something of your choice, or you can grab a color of your choice for the strap on Amazon, or stuff like that, and then be able to change it, for instance, and then you have a brand new color, and it makes the whole watch looks and feel different. So about the design, this is rectangular, and then this is IP68 rating, and that means that's water resistance. But don't try it, don't just dip it in, don't just try it because you want to try it, except maybe by accident, stuff like that. But I think some of these IP ratings, sometimes when you talk about them, it's just for the paper, but when you talk about the practical aspect, sometimes it's different. I've not really tried the IP rating on this watch, but you know I wash stuff, I'm using it, wash my hands and water sprinkle on it and stuff like that. So I'm really not bothered about that for now. But I just hope that's the IP rating about the watch for now. So the strap goes inside here. There is a pin. It's a quick release clip. So you just clip it down here, put it back, and then it clip itself. But this looks kind of you just know that something penetrate here. It don't really blend. I mean, I'm not criticizing anyway, but the Apple thing that the strap blend itself inside here, but this just goes straight as it comes, straight away get inside here, and stuff like that. So this is the same F by nothing, and I think so far I've been using this for a couple of days now, and I think so far I've connected it to my iPhone 15 Pro and it works smoothly. There is a promise that this is compatible with both Android and the iOS, and from iOS 13 to above. So this runs on the iOS 17 on the iPhone 15 Pro, which I'm currently using now, which it's so compatible and so smooth, and everything sync well. So that's just it for the smartwatch now. Every other thing else, we just need to test it, and so far so good. That's just it. You can't be able to reply back to them. That's one turn off for me right now. I mean, that's a kind of limitation for me right now, but overall it's a nice watch. And for 69 pounds, this goes for 69 pounds. This is 1.96 inches AMOLED display. And, when you talk about flagship, all the AMOLED display and stuff like that, closely talking about the high-end qualities of a smartwatch. So I think so far so good about the smartwatch. It's not every day you see something like this for you know 69 pounds. So I think so far so good about the SMF watch. This is their first smartwatch, and then so far they've got two phones already, and they've got a couple of earbuds and stuff like that. So I think for a new tech company and something like this for 69 pounds, I think it's something that if you want to grab it, fine. It runs on iOS and it works smoothly. It's something that I've tested, I've used it, so I'm confirming it. So it's something that if you want to grab it, it's quite nice to use, and it's compatible with your phones, Android and iOS. And most of all, this is unisex, so you can use it anyhow you want to use it. So you have your power button here, and you have your speaker here. So that's just it for the watch. So that's just it. 69 pounds for this thing in 2024. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Bye. Bye bye.